Thank you so much, Prashant Gade sir. We are really very thankful. Now we would like to welcome Dr. Vinay A. Kulkarni, HOD, DY Patil College of Engineering, Akurdi, Pune, for valedictory session. Sir, you are kindly requested to please go ahead.
Thank you very much, all of you. And first of all, hearty welcome. Please excuse me if I am doing something wrong here because I'm not habituated with Zoom. So this is the first time I am taking this Zoom. Sir, am I audible to you? Or am
Yeah,
I
you
visible?
are audible, sir. You're audible, sir.
Okay, I'm visible also?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so can everybody clearly listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, dear friends. So first of all, I'm very much thankful to the college and the authorities, especially for inviting me today. And I'm going to share with you, not a screen, right, or just only a 7 important points that I listed down for all of us, right? And the moment I say all of us, it's all about teaching community, dear friends. How many of you think that teaching is very easy? Let me start with this with you. How many of you think that teaching is very easy? And how many of our society thinks that teaching is very easy? In fact, many of us, we are facing this problem that our teachers are a very soft target to all of us. Like, even in fact, we are also teachers, and our kids, if they do something else, then we ask, what is that your teacher is doing? So teacher is basically a very soft target. And teaching is not easy, but teacher is a very soft target. I'm very much thankful to Prashant Argade sir. I think you have already covered so many features of Moodle, and very nicely he has covered, and that's the reason why I think many of us we understood now that making a programming of teaching is really very difficult, dear friends. Right? It's not that easy, first of all. But the question is, are we making it our students to understand that teaching is not easy? Everybody feels that teaching is a cakewalk, and many of the times the parents also feel that there are books and the teachers are just narrating the books in the class, and that's the reason why there is nothing called as efforts taken by the teachers, and that's the reason why they are not acknowledging that. Dear friends, I must tell you, we need to work harder, no doubt about that, but we have to make our students work more than the teachers. And when we are going to successful into that, I think that is the time where we can regain the golden days of teachers. We have lost it, dear friends. We have lost it because of very simple thing that we copied last year's question paper. That copying of the last year's question paper has made all the teaching community to a very sorry state of affairs, I must tell you this. And the moment, because what is happening is that right now, the students, the teachers are studying, they are delivering, but the students study from last year's question paper. And last year's question paper, if there is a very low level of Bloom's taxonomy, they are going to just type it in Google, and Google gives better answer. Then why for they require teachers? Is what their questions are. I'm not advocating them, and neither I'm saying that this is going to happen. But the thing is that we must understand that we cannot copy the question paper. Last year's question paper as it is like a crime. And if we stop that, I think many of the anomalies that we are facing nowadays in engineering education, in other professional education, will go away with that factor. The first thing I request all of you, I'm going to give you 7 messages from all of you. First thing is that number 1 is never ever copy last year's question paper. You are all the paper setter. You must be doing unit test question paper. You must be taking questions. Please do not copy the question paper. That is giving a wrong message. The second one is, please do not set the question paper as far as possible with lower order thinking skills. Dear friends, let me tell you, with the advent of Industry 4.0 and with the newer technologies, automation is going on, these lower order thinking skills jobs are diminishing now from the market. We need to compete with the robots. We need to compete with our automation. We need to compete with the soft skills. We need to compete with AI, right? Data science. And this AI, data science, making smart everything, Nowadays, even phones are smarter, right? So we cannot just set up the lower order sorry, LOT question, lower order thinking skill question, and saying that the students will be very much employable. That is not going to happen. This is the second message I want to give to you. And thanks to all of you that you have studied this Moodle. Moodle long form is modular object oriented dynamic learning environment. So it's already the HOTs are being given that. The third thing is very important. I must tell you, many of the teachers never listen to the students. The students' voice has gone. We never take into cognizance of that. So the first thing is very important is we need to listen to the students. If I ask you the question, when you take feedback, when you arrange question paper, when you arrange examination, when you take parent-teacher meet, the answer are very simple, dear friends. And you know what is the answer? The answer is when teachers want. When the students want, we never taken care of that. And that's the reason why voice of the student are very important. Nowadays, these students are next generation students. They don't want anybody to point at them, highlight at them negatively in the public spaces. Instead of that, as Argade sir was saying that you can give badges. So you give badges to the students, those who are doing something very good. And they will tell others that I got badge today. And remember the fourth one, very important, being the student is not easy, dear friends. Being the student is not easy. Just imagine if I tell you right now that today is a valedictory section and I will take your class for 1 hour, you will blast at me. And that's a hard fact, right? So that's the reason why I told the organizer team also that I will take only 10 minutes, not more than that. The moment I say this, then you feel relaxed. Just imagine the students are not being allowed to express themselves. The students are not being allowed to say themselves, and you just tell no, bang on. You are not able to say anything. Neither your voice will be heard. Then the students, you just imagine what is going to happen with them, dear friends. The fifth one, very important, and in fact, in pandemic situation, this is more critical, that you will be teaching, no doubt about that. We are teaching, but are they learning? This is very important. We are teaching. Somehow we'll connect with the Zoom, we'll connect with the Google Meet, we'll connect with many other software, including Microsoft Teams. Then we are having BBB, Big Blue Button. We are having Jitsi. Am I right? And then there are many other, that is Team Link, something kind of that. That is for teaching. But are they learning? How do you identify that? Are they learning? So therefore, as per NBA, National Board of Accreditation, we need to go for direct attainment and we need to go for indirect attainment. Direct attainment is in the form of quiz. Now let's say, for example, some of your student has participated in hackathon and you wanted to know what has happened in hackathon. Then obviously there are two things you will do. Number one is you will ask the question to them. What you have learned? What was your learning outcomes? That you will ask the student. And second thing is that you will take a survey. And dear friends, taking survey is the most important element of teaching. Taking the survey. That survey is the most important element of the teaching. And that is the reason why I always used to say that we need to make students' voice very clearly. We should listen to them, the students' voice, right? You involve them for your teaching plan, you involve them for your examination plan, you involve the advanced learners, to even go for your result analysis. They will be most happy to do with you because they want to be heard. They want to be heard, they want their voices to be raised and taken cognizance of that. And that is what is most importantly required. The sixth, very important, that all of us we should have is nowadays how to behave in the social platform, how to raise voices, how to acknowledge someone. That social etiquettes are very much important. Dear friends, let me tell you very honestly that there is something which is called as the IT law, and that IT law of Indian government has to be given and disseminated in all the students. This is very important. Many of the times the students may go something to mistakenly that will hurt other sentiments, right? Not even in fact the student sentiment, but the faculty sentiments as well. And these sentiments is going to take it further longer. So always better that we never hurt any student in the online platform. The second thing is, with connection with this, I must appeal to you that after every lecture, you ask them what you have learned. Collect their learning outcomes in the Moodle. Ask them, how was my learning to you? I have taught them, but how was your learning? What you learned, that is learning outcome. Then you ask them to give feedback, maybe 5-point scale, 4-point scale, that you can set up in the Moodle. You can give it to that EFS. Very importantly, we must understand their issues. Their issues of being learned. Till now, what was happening is that all of us, we were very comfortable with physical learning. And we see each other, we express each other, we understand what was going on. And just by seeing the faces, many of us, the senior faculty members are here also, and they can understand that what was happening in the student's mind. But nowadays it is not visible. So there can be something which is going on extra in their mind. So have a connect with the students, make some batches. Just like some of you asked the question that what about the grouping? So you can make the groups even in the Moodle, 1 to 10, 10 to 30, and give them that kind of relaxation or that kind of advanced learning approach, right? Very importantly, never criticize weak learners. That's my suggestion to all of us, in fact, that never ever criticize weak learners, dear friends. Instead, give them the chance, but don't point it out. Point out advanced learners that this student has done extraordinarily, and that's why I'm giving them certificate, giving them badges, etc. All this, so we can give them very easily. And then what will happen is that the motivation will get percolated in the slow learner, and then we can make it then to advanced learner, right? The most important and the seventh last point I'm going to narrate to all of you here is that practice outcome-based education. This is very important. What is meant by outcome-based education? Outcome is very simple, dear friends, that all the professional courses, in all the professional courses, students have taken admission for very simple one thing, that is to make their life better, to earn something better, and very critically, absolute specific, bang on the target is number of zeros in their subjects. If the teachers can show them that by doing this, by learning this subject, by doing this activity, you are building the competencies and your number of zeros in your salary will be there. I think that is the point, the most motivational point to the students. You can ask with them, you can have a chat with them, and always remember that, as I already said in the previous point, that you can make them Google form. You can give them, you can ask them. You can ask them what will be the target, what is the date, etc. But ultimately, what we need to give to them is the outcome. So everything that you do, let's say for example, now you are calling for a lecture at 4 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock, right? You tell them that nowadays we have to work from home. All the industry people are working from home, and they are looking forward for solutions rather than problems. Many students will agitate, they will give problems to you, and they will keep on telling you, in fact, that this is a problem and you are not able to solve my problem. Then I always tell to my students that you are engineering students. You are here to solve others' problems. So we should have that compatibility, that skill, that behavior in which we will solve our problem first and we'll solve others' problem also. So we need to explore more, dear friends, right? And this is how, if that pandemic works, then also we'll be able to connect with the students. We'll be able to do that. We have told all our students that this pandemic is not going to last longer. It may end up in the next year or even in the next semester. Then if you go to the placement or any other interview, then they will ask you the question that how you have dealt with this pandemic since from last March. And that time, if you're not telling them any positive signs, then the people will think, those recruiters, they will think that you are not able to do justice towards it. And that may be again a problem for all of us. So we need to tell the students, we need to coach them, we need to mentor them. And that is why, but that has to be done very systematically. And if the teachers are very positive, then only the students will become positive. You have a nice smile on your face, and then the students will also understand, yes, this is how it can be done. This is how it can be developed. And that confidence giving to the student is very, very important, dear friends, right? You give them one assignment that this is the subject, this subject you put in Naukri.com, you put in LinkedIn.com, find out who are the recruiters. Post COVID-19 situation, the jobs are changing, the profiles are changing, but then these profiles, these jobs need to be understood by ourselves as a teacher, and then we can do that. One of the students has told me, and this was very, very disturbing to me still today, and I always refer this to my all the FDPs. One of the students said that teachers are required because the books cannot speak. The teachers are required because books cannot speak. This is what the impression that our student can have. Can have. I'm saying can have. I'm using this word very carefully. Can have. Maybe there will be some 1 or 2% mischievous students will be there. They'll be always keep on searching where you are copying. Whenever you are presenting something, please don't copy anywhere. This copying and copying and copying business now has collapsed our professional engineering to the greatest extent, dear friends. I must tell you this. I must mention this. Maybe we are feeling something bitter, but that's my hard fact to represent this to you. So if we are having these 7 wonders that to be followed, that starting from we are teaching, but are they learning, to this outcome-based learning, we can do justice, I think. And the teaching community exactly wanted this. This is how the professional education in India can go upfront, and we can deliver lot many good things to the students. We can make them employable, we can make them competent, and we can make them sustaining their behaviors, right? Thank you very much. This was the message I wanted to give you on this variety section, and I'm sure that all of us will take it forward, will improve our community, will bring the laurels back to our teaching community. That is very important. Somewhere we are lost it, dear friends, and we need to get it back. Thank you.